Hi, friends. I'm really glad you're here today because if you've ever looked around your home and thought, I don't even know where to start, you're not alone. I've been there more times than I can count. It's that feeling when everything looks messy and every time you clean one thing, something else pops up like the clutter just keeps moving around behind your back. It's not just the stuff, it's the energy it takes, the time it steals, and the weight it adds to your day. So today I want to share 10 small but powerful ways you can reset your space quickly in just 1 hour. These aren't steps in a strict order. Think of them more like tools, things you can grab and use anytime your home or your mind starts to feel too full. And the first one, it starts with something your eyes already notice, but your hands might be ignoring. Let's get into it. Let's start with the first tip, and this one helps you avoid the kind of mess that gets worse before it gets better. It's all about working from the top down, one layer at a time. One of the fastest ways to burn out when you're decluttering is jumping around. A little bit on the desk, then the drawer, then the floor, and suddenly you don't know where you even started. So here's something simple that makes a big difference. Start from the highest surface and move down one level at a time. Clear what's on top, then the drawer or shelf underneath, then the floor. Don't skip layers. Don't mix them. At my house, it's the dresser in the guest room. I start with what's on top, empty mugs, folded laundry, some random skincare I forgot I even owned. Once that's done, I open the drawers, usually full of, for now, clutter. And only after those two are done, I deal with whatever's hiding underneath. Doing it this way helps me not make things worse in the middle of trying to make them better. And that alone is a win. And if your home feels like every corner is a layered mess, not just stuff, but systems that aren't working, then tomorrow's video is for you. I'll be walking through the exact shifts I made to solve some of the biggest organizing struggles in my home. You'll see real fixes, not just Pinterest ideas, and some of them honestly change the way my house functions. So don't miss it. Now let's move into the second tip, and this one requires zero decision making. And this is the easiest one to do when you're tired, overwhelmed, or don't even feel like cleaning. Just get rid of obvious trash. No decisions, no thinking, just trash. Here's why this works when your brain is already overloaded, asking it to make more choices like, should I keep this or do I still use this, only adds more stress. But picking up something you know is trash, that's automatic. It gives your hands something to do without weighing you down mentally. So here's what to look for: empty boxes, broken pens, torn packaging, expired coupons, junk mail, random food wrappers, that receipt from 2 weeks ago, sitting under a bowl. If you have to pause and wonder, is this trash? Skip it. That means it's not part of this step. This part is just about quick wins. I usually grab a big black trash bag and just walk through the room. I'm not decluttering, I'm not deep cleaning, I'm just tossing trash. It sounds too simple to matter, but it's the part that gets me moving every time. And movement matters. Because once you've cleared the surface trash, you're no longer frozen. You've shifted into action, and that feeling, that's what we're building on in the next tip. Okay, we're at the third tip, and it's one of the most underrated ways to make fast, visible progress. Put things back where they actually belong. No overthinking, no reorganizing. Just walk it to its home. You know that water bottle that belongs in the kitchen? That sweater that should be in the closet? That book that clearly lives on the shelf 2 rooms away? That's what we're talking about. What we don't want is for those items to end up in a for now pile. Because for now always turns into never, and that's how clutter builds back up even after we've decluttered. So instead of moving piles around or making another, I'll deal with this later zone. Pause for just a second and ask, do I already know where this goes? If the answer is yes, walk it there. Even if it takes 30 seconds. Especially if it takes 30 seconds. When I do this, I make it a little game. One item at a time. I don't let myself carry more than I can put away without dumping somewhere else. It slows me down, but in the best way. Because I'm not just clearing space, I'm closing loops. That's the difference between tidying and actually resetting a space. And once you've done that for just 10 or 15 things, something shifts. The room starts to look less chaotic, not because you've done anything fancy, but because everything you didn't need to decide on is simply gone. Ready for the next one. This one's about time and how giving yourself less time might be exactly what helps you do more. Now for the fourth tip, and this one might be the most important if you've ever felt like you need an entire weekend just to get started. Give yourself a time limit. 1 hour. That's it. Because here's what happens when we don't, we put it off. Again and again. We tell ourselves, I need a whole day to really get into it, but that day never comes. Or worse, we do start. And 3 hours later, the room looks worse. We're exhausted, and we don't want to touch it again for weeks. A 1 hour boundary does two powerful things. It helps you start, because 1 hour feels doable even on a busy day. And it helps you stop, which means you don't burn out or make a bigger mess than you can handle. When I use this, I literally set a timer on my phone for 60 minutes. I put on a podcast or some calming music. I tell myself, this isn't a project, it's just an hour of progress. And you know what? Most of the time, that hour goes by fast. Sometimes I stop exactly when the timer goes off. Other times, I ride the momentum and do another 15 minutes, but the difference is I choose it. Not because I feel trapped, but because I feel in control. Decluttering in short, focused chunks helps you feel like you're making your space better, not turning it upside down. And speaking of choosing what to keep, the next tip is all about making peace with enough. Moving on to the fifth tip, this one's for anyone who's ever said, but I might need this someday. That thought has kept so many of us stuck. But here's a mindset shift that changed everything for me. Don't keep everything that might work. Keep the one that actually does. Use a physical limit, 1 shelf, 1 bin, 1 drawer. That's it. Then pick your favorite most used version of that item. The best one, the one you'd grab first. Everything else donated. Let's say you have 5 mixing bowls. Do you actually reach for all 5? Probably not. Pick the 1 or 2 that stack well, feel right in your hand, and fit your cooking style. The rest, even if they're still good, are just taking up your space and energy. Same goes for towels, mugs, toys, makeup bags, pens, anything. When you set a clear limit, it stops being about guilt and starts being about freedom. You're not throwing things away. You're choosing what serves you best. This trick works especially well in kids' spaces too. Instead of asking your child to choose what to give away, ask them to pick their top 5 favorites. Then guide them to let go of the rest. It feels empowering instead of overwhelming. When you know what your limit is, making decisions becomes easier, and keeping things tidy becomes automatic. And speaking of automatic, the next tip is a tiny routine that can quietly transform your whole week. Up next, we have the 6th tip, and this one calls out something we've all done. Don't just move clutter from one spot to another. It doesn't solve the problem, it just hides it. Temporarily. You know the move, you're cleaning the dining table, so you scoop up all the papers, chargers, and random stuff into a basket or a laundry bin and shove it into a corner for now. That basket sits there for days, sometimes weeks, and then one day, you're decluttering that bin and the cycle repeats. This kind of delayed decision creates the illusion of progress, but it's just a loop. You're not decluttering, you're postponing. And the mental weight's still there. So try this instead. Make a rule for yourself. Don't pick up an item unless you're ready to deal with it fully. Not perfectly, not deeply. Just fully enough to either toss it, put it away, or assign it a real home. When I declutter now, I don't carry things around in piles anymore. I pause. I ask, what is this? Why is it here? Does it already have a home? If it does, I take it there. If not, I decide right then what to do next, even if it's just starting a donation box or a next steps zone. This helps break the habit of relocating mess and start forming a habit of resolving it. And next up, we'll talk about one kind of clutter that pretends it's not clutter at all, but quietly drains your energy every day. All right, let's dive into the 7th tip, and this one is a quiet game changer. Get your pending items out of your everyday living space. You know, the things you plan to fix, donate, or sell someday. At first glance, these items don't feel like clutter. They have purpose. A broken lamp you want to fix. A bag of baby clothes you've been meaning to donate. That pile of books you keep saying you'll list online. But when they stay in your main living space, your hallway, your entry bench, the dining chair, they blur the line between in progress and in the way. And the result? Your home still looks messy, even though it's technically stuffed with a plan. Here's a better approach. Give these items a separate zone, not a random pile. A real intentional space. Maybe it's one shelf in a closet, a box in the garage, a corner in the laundry room. Label it to donate, to sell, or fix. Later, whatever helps your brain let go. In my home, we use one clear bin in the hallway closet. That's it. If it doesn't fit in there, it doesn't stay. And once it's full, it's time to take action, not wait another month. This boundary creates visual relief. It protects your active spaces from carrying the weight of undone tasks, and that alone can make your home feel twice as calm. Speaking of calm, the next tip is one of my favorites because it doesn't require you to move a single thing, just to pause and see what's already working. Next, we've got the 8th tip, and this one shifts how you see each space in your home clean by purpose, not just by location. Ask yourself one simple question. What is this area supposed to do for me? Because often clutter isn't just too many things, it's things living in the wrong place. Take a moment to stand in any zone of your home and ask, what's the actual job of this space? Is this corner for relaxing, for eating, for getting out the door faster in the morning? Once you're clear on that, remove everything that doesn't support that purpose. For example, in our living room, the coffee table used to be a dumping ground: remotes, books, snacks, mail, toys, half-finished crafts. It looked chaotic. And honestly, it felt chaotic. Now I've redefined that area. It's for relaxing. That means we keep one small tray for the remote and maybe a book or two. That's it. No mail, no laundry, no random stuff, just for now. When you align each space with a function, decision-making becomes easier. You don't have to ask, should I keep this? Just, does it belong here? If it doesn't, it either gets relocated, donated, or tossed. This kind of functional clarity reduces the emotional load. You don't need to organize more. You just need to let your space do what it's meant to. And now let's talk about a quick mindset shift that can help you reset, even when you're low on energy. Then we've got the 9th tip, and this one might challenge a common mindset: stop keeping things just because they are expensive. Instead, keep what you actually use. So many of us fall into the "but it cost a lot" trap. That fancy blender you never touch. The designer bag that's gorgeous but too small. The $90 serum you didn't love but feel guilty tossing. But here's the truth: if it's not serving you, it's costing you in space, in peace, and in mental clutter. Ask yourself this: when was the last time I used this? If the answer is months ago or I keep meaning to, it's not earning its place in your home. And no, the price you paid won't come back just because it's sitting on your shelf. Instead, focus on usefulness. I have a $12 mug I use every single morning. It's not fancy, it's not aesthetic, but it's the right size, fits in my hand perfectly, and makes my routine smoother. Meanwhile, the $40 mug with the gold rim. It lives in the back of the cabinet. Pretty but pointless. The same applies to clothes, tools, skincare appliances. When you let go of value by price and start thinking value by use, your home becomes more honest, more tailored to how you actually live, not how you feel you should live. And that shift is powerful. Because now, instead of feeling guilty every time you open a drawer, you feel relief. Now let's move into our final tip, a simple but powerful reframe that helps you stop chasing perfection and start noticing progress. And finally, the 10th tip, and this one isn't about cleaning at all. It's about honoring what you've done. When you finish decluttering one small area, pause. Don't rush to the next task. Give yourself a moment to simply enjoy what you just created. Because too often we move from one to-do to another, never stopping long enough to feel the win. But the truth is, change doesn't come from huge overhauls. It comes from noticing the shift from saying, hey, this corner looks better, and I did that. So next time you clear off the kitchen counter, or reset the coffee table, or finally reclaim a drawer stop for one full minute, take a breath. Look at what's different. Let your brain soak it in. One of my favorite things to do is make a cup of coffee right after I finish a space. I sit down even for just 5 minutes and enjoy it. No cleaning music, no checklist running in the background, just stillness. This creates a powerful emotional loop effort. Result. Reward. It's what turns a task into a habit. It's what makes you want to do it again tomorrow, not out of guilt, but out of peace. You're not just tidying. You're building a life that feels lighter to live in. And every corner you reclaim adds up. That's it. 10 small shifts I use every single week to keep my home calm without burning out. If you're craving less chaos and more clarity, just pick one tip that felt doable, and let that be enough for today. And if this video helped you feel even a little lighter, I'd love it if you hit like so I know what's truly helping you. You can also subscribe if this kind of calm, real-life support is what you need more of in your week. And here's something I don't want you to miss tomorrow. I'm walking through the biggest organizing mistakes I see over and over in real homes. The sneaky ones that make your space look tidy, but still feel overwhelming. If you've ever looked around and thought, why does it still feel messy even after I cleaned, then that next video is one you'll wish you'd seen sooner. So I'll see you there, and until then, take one deep breath and one small win. That's all you need to start.